living show produced by One Media. I'm Catherine and I will be your host today. This episode is all about design with purpose, and we have an amazing guest today. He is a Toronto-based entrepreneur who runs a furniture company with a unique concept of design and creativity. Please welcome to Benson Wieler. Hi, how are you doing, Benson?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. It's a pleasure to having you here.
It's amazing to be here.
Okay, thank you. Well, I would like to start from the beginning.
Okay.
You grew up in a family that has a furniture company, right?
Yes. Yeah.
How do you feel this influence in the way you see design and spaces today?
Yeah, no, 100%. So it was very interesting because from a very young age, I was brought around sort of all aspects of the process. So whether that was the design, the production, sort of all the management and logistics that have to go into that, and execution. So from a very young age, I was brought around a lot of that. I was brought around every sort of aspect of the business.
Okay.
And so having a real sense of what it takes to really execute on a vision was instilled in me very young, as well as a lot of the processes, wood finishing, metal welding, and treating leather, and all of these hard skills that really allow you to be creative and feel the agency to be creative later on. So I definitely feel a lot more of the, just having that bird's eye view and being able to understand what it really takes to execute a vision.
Okay. And it's nice that you were able to be there from an early age with your father and family helping, learning all about it. But tell me, when was the moment that you realized furniture space should have a different approach, and why this led you to start your own company?
Yeah, so the family business was a lot more focused on commercial. Making sure that restaurants got the tables and chairs and banquet seating that they needed. And I thought that I had a lot of respect for that because it's a lot of taking care of people, making people feel comfortable. And I found that there was a lot of compromise when it came to the design versus the comfort versus the function of the actual pieces. And so having the ability to just, as a very small operation, pay attention to those details, really zone in and really focus on finesse and making sure that everything can come together in a way that makes it special and makes it something that is unique to that restaurant or to that space. That was something that I felt was missing because most of the big companies in Toronto don't have that agility, don't have the ability to just really focus on those details and make everything cohesive through those details kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. And to that point, something that I find very interesting is that your designs are not only beautiful, they are also functional, as you were mentioning. So how do you bring these two aspects together, style and function?
So a lot of the designs actually started off with using offcuts from commercial applications and seeing what I could do with those materials and just trying to make use of stuff that had already been cut in certain ways and in weird ways that you wouldn't necessarily begin with at a lot of other design, in a lot of other design processes. Okay. So the baseline, the materials were different. And so from there, trying to find ways of making it work. That was really what started opening up the horizon for what that design could look like. And so being able to take commercial offcuts, pair them with stuff fabricated for those jobs specifically, you can really make some interesting stuff that comes out of an earnest attempt to use up in a sustainable way all these materials that have already been bought, paid for, cut, and fabricated.
And talking about the design, you were raised here in Toronto, and of course this city has a diverse culture. How do you think this shape the way you design and the furniture you do?
So I think about my time doing a lot of furniture delivery in the city and going to every lunch spot, going to every little plaza, every family-run restaurant. And I was finding that my favorite places were those places that you can tell the community loves and they provide so much love back. And so making sure that the design isn't disruptive necessarily, but allows it allows for a certain sense of harmony, because we're not going in to change everything. We don't want to take the soul out of places. We want to make sure that everything is cohesive and make sure that, we're respecting the city that we're in and all that vibrancy and life that Toronto has. So I think definitely having a lot of experience going into different places all around the city, different neighborhoods, and being able to draw from those has definitely influenced my design to be something that feels like it's coming from Toronto.
You look very passionate when you talk about furniture and your company and everything like that. That's like great to see. So I would like to know if there is any special furniture that you have created that maybe holds a special place in your heart.
Yeah, 100%. If I can talk about some of the materials here.
Sure.
So these hooks here are a very foundational thing for me. These come from powder coating factories in the north of Toronto, and a lot of commercial spaces will have all of their metal finished on these hooks right here. You're thinking TD, Popeyes, CIBC, all these big branches that exist around the city. So these paint colors are the result of those processes. And for one of my big first projects was this clothing rack, which took these hooks and spaced them evenly behind a nice piece of black Ontario walnut like this. And it was used for a Martin Margiela clothing rack.
Okay.
Part of that brand, part of the identity is paint wear, showing patina, showing the process of how something gets used. And so taking these, when I was in the factories, I saw these and I thought immediately, that's what this needs to be. And it ended up being executed in a way that we didn't have to compromise on anything, which felt really, really good. And it was a ability for me to just see from start to finish an idea get executed and get put into place. And it looks fantastic now. And yeah, it's definitely a marquee piece for that store.
So, well, you find inspiration in different sources. So, tell me more about it. Before wrap up, I would like to talk about inspiration. Where do you find it? And maybe if you can share tips with our audience for those ones that maybe are like dealing with like finding their creative direction.
Mm-hmm. I would say for me, just living in the city, seeing the way that, the landlords always paint over everything. And so when you get these little moments where you can see the paint that existed there before, and these little moments of life that you see on the street, whether it's, paint wearing off a building or this or that, just a very earnest representation of how stuff gets used. That's where I draw a lot of inspiration from. As well, obviously, from my Mennonite heritage. We have a real tradition of craftsmanship and function. We're a very functional people, so taking a lot of that reference base and trying to make something relevant and cool and interesting is definitely where I try to draw most of my inspiration from. But in terms of guidance or finding that inspiration for other people, I would always just say, like, I don't take myself too seriously, but I take the concepts very, very seriously. And making it so that you can have fun with it and not have it be too much pressure and not have to be perfect is such a core thing. Get the work done, put work out there, and you'll see how that reacts with how you like it, how the client likes it. And it's just about iteration and finding what really drives you in this. So again, yeah, just not taking yourself too seriously, but making sure that you're taking these opportunities seriously.
All right. Can you share maybe your social media, website, where people can see your work and maybe get in touch with you?
100%, yeah. So Banyak Toronto, Banyak Toronto is the Instagram. The website is the same name, but it is on its way. And if I can be contacted through Instagram 100%, and Benson at banyakgroup.ca is also where you can reach me. So, yeah.
Thank you, Benson, for being here, for sharing your story with us, your ideas, your creativity.
Thank you so much for having me. This was great.
It's our pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for those ones watching this episode. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and, of course, share it with your friends. See you in the next episode.